EA Sports. And up next are the Texans' creative quarterback. He had a solid performance a week ago, throwing for 3 touchdowns. It's the Texans and the Falcons, and it's all up next on EA Sports.
The weather this time of year in the South, perfect. Fall football weather, and we've got the roof wide open here at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in the heart of Georgia. Today, we've got a good Week 5 matchup in store here between the Houston Texans and the Atlanta Falcons. We welcome everybody again alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn, and CD, we've got an interesting test here today. One of the league's best passing games and one of the best pass defenses set to square up and see who can perform better in a high-profile matchup.
And you and I talk about all the time how fortunate we are to be in this position and be around these types of games. And as jacked up as these fans are, how about these two teams? They've been looking forward to testing themselves against what is considered the best on the other side. This is going to be a lot of fun, a very exciting battle headed our way.
Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. Taken in at the 3. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. And they'll be led out by a guy who has a couple years under his belt in the NFL, their third-year quarterback.
His game last week reminded me of the old song, Accentuate the Positive. That's about all he did, right?
Yeah.
3 touchdown passes, over 300 yards in the air. Receivers happy.
And they got the win.
Got the win. If you're a running back that likes to catch passes, they're happy as well. Big-time game.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And his first look is incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
Now left side on the swing pass. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves him with 3rd and 9 looming.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches. They'll try and run for it. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th. On first down, he'll drop to throw. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Textbook coverage right there. Played the ball, never lost sight of where it was headed, and stayed in perfect position to make a play on it. Able to keep the receiver and the quarterback in his sight lines.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10. And now here's a deep shot that's complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's a throw for Tony is intercepted. And the Falcons are going to get possession here as they force the opening drive turnover. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ballgame.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football, but at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. So here come the Falcons now to get the football for the first time. And leading them out, their signal caller, now in his 4th season in the NFL.
And you know how scouts always talk about checking all the boxes? I think this young man does exactly that when you're looking for an NFL quarterback. Proven leader. Teams went 43-6 while he was in college. Has speed, dual threat ability, and the production off the charts while he was in school, and also did a nice job of limiting turnovers. When you put it all together, there's a lot to be excited about for this young quarterback.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Check right.
A first carry for Tyler Algier. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A nice pickup there, 18 yards, 1st down Falcons. On 1st and 10, it's Algier. And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well. Looking to throw. Open man is Kyle Pitts, his tight end. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. Really been an ideal start for them. They get the turnover on the opening possession. Now here they are moving the ball straight down the field on their first drive.
And that feels good, but you know on their side of the field all they're thinking is finish this drive off because they took it away, right? So now you got them back on their heels a little bit. Now go down, put a touchdown on them. Look out, you've won the mental battle early in the game, and that may carry over for you.
Now a toss play to Algier. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Hands it off out of the gun. Gets past one man. And he'll get it down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. A gain of 8 there on the 8th play of the drive. They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on 3rd down. They'll set up to throw. Targeting Pitts on the out route, and he's got it complete. And this will not be enough. On 3rd and 5, he only gets 3.
Here we go. Ready, go. Ready.
They'll set up a throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Falcons go for it, but it doesn't work out. And this Texans defense stands tall. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. They go play action here on 1st down. And he almost had his 2nd pick of the game. Probably should have. And he's frustrated as it falls incomplete. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And that'll be caught by Tony. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Less than a minute to go here in a scoreless first quarter to this point. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. On the slant, complete to Hopkins. 5 men in the secondary now for the Falcons on 3rd down. That's complete to Tony. And that's going to be good for another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 41-yard line. Going to go down. He will be sacked on the final play of this first quarter. We're scoreless after 1. Texans football to start quarter 2 as they've got it facing a 2nd and long situation. They'll look to throw. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
He's smart enough to avoid the taunting war, but I guarantee he probably has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big
pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6. The Texans send the punter out as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And this will be taken at the 13. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and it will be Falcon football. So for the second time in this one, we get set to see the Falcons offense. They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on 4th down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't want to get to a 4th down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone. Yeah, I think a little bit of determination and a dash of anger.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle 3rd. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down. Again, he'll drop to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he can only manage to take this thing to the 38, well shy of the 1st down. 5 yards, not enough, and it'll be 4th down. The Falcons send out their punter as he's on to kick it away. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. Here's more on the return. It's a return of 5 following a punt of 42 yards. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Houston set to take over. We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10. To about the 23.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great
nowhere to go here. He lost the football. So they will set up shop. Excellent field position in the red zone at the 19-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Back to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
And to put it mildly, this is a tough spot defensively. They have to come right back out and defend their red zone. But how about that good first step towards forcing them to settle for at least 3 points? I think they're also thinking bigger right now. Imagine being able to stop them totally and change the momentum.
And the Falcons are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. 2nd and goal from the 1.
Check Pitts. Check White. Miss Red.
Algier is into the end zone. It's a Falcons touchdown. So they brought the extra break in down on the 1-yard line, and they're able to push this one across.
Yeah, I can just see your face right now because I know we're mind melding on this one. Coach Madden would love this. Power football, hat on a hat, chest to chest, driving forward, touchdown.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And no run back here for Moore. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. Last time out, they had the fumble. That led to the touchdown. Not a great look on either side of the ball as the defense gave up the points too, Charles. But they've got to take care of the football and do better here on this possession.
It's certainly been a tough stretch, partner, for both of those units, and they kind of put their defensive mates in a really tough spot there by dropping the ball on the ground. But an easy way to make it up to them, get out there now and get some points on this drive.
2nd and 6. Throwing middle, and it's complete. His first catch, good for 8 and a 1st down. And he's got his big wide receiver complete. And here's a handoff out of the gun. And slow going there as he'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41. He'll look to throw. It's complete to Hopkins. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. On the move past the 40. And he'll be dropped just shy of the 35 at the 34. A pickup of 17 on a play that originated at the 17. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throwing partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Back to throw again. Throw left side, complete to Tony. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. So they still get the completion even though the blitz was on. But the blitz got there. Does that stay in the mind of the quarterback the next couple plays?
That's what you're hoping for. That's what you're planning for. There's a little risk reward, right? You're leaving your guys on an island back there in man coverage. But you take the chance that you get to the quarterback, and so he gets completion here. Congratulations. Keep coming at him, and hopefully it pays off by the end of the game that you're starting to get to him while still able to cover on the back end.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up second down. They'll look to throw. Try to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. It's Shaq Thompson here with a pick. And the Falcons are going to have it here at their own 15. Falcons 1st and 10 here as Woodard gets them ready. At their own 15. Gives it to Algier to start things off. And brought down, but not before reaching the 25. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. He's got his pass-catching tight end, that's Pitts. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. 2nd and 4. And his throw is going to be incomplete. Kyle Pitts, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd and 4.
Well, that's a defensive coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incomplete.
But when this ball's tipped and intercepted, and the Texans are going to take possession of the football. This defense had 3 interceptions last week. They're on pace for more than that here, 2 in the first half.
Do not adjust your set. This is not instant replay. This is a defense that is locked in. They're essentially running the routes for the receivers and turning into the receivers themselves, aren't they? I mean, it is amazing what I'm seeing because the reactions of those guys back on the back 7, phenomenal.
Open man right side is Tony. They'll get only 2 there, and it's 2nd and goal. It's hurry-up mode time for the Texans, hustling up to the line. Back to throw here. And this throw incomplete. The defender all over him that time. It's going to lead to 3rd down. Ball at the 6, 3rd and goal. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. The kick by Elliott is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense, the fireman.
Now a hit and a loose football. And the Texans scoop it. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. And careless with a football there on the kick return.
And one thing I love about going to practices is trying to get around coaches and hear their catchphrases and what they really emphasize. We haven't been to a single one yet this year where a guy fielding a kick, you don't hear, tuck it away, tuck it away, tuck it away. And this time, they turned it over.
Ball security eluded him. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. And from the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Richie Grant. And the Falcons force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. Final 17 seconds of the half here as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. They'll throw now on the final play. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. So we are at halftime here in Atlanta with the Falcons out in front. As we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you guys in a bit. But first, let's take a look around the NFL here on this first Sunday of October. We'll begin up at Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. And the Panthers are out in front as they play the second quarter. David Montgomery with both of their touchdowns thus far as he scored twice on the ground. From there, let's head over to Minneapolis to check on the Vikings at home at US Bank Stadium. And in that one, it's the visiting Giants who have the lead. Curtis Samuel, a touchdown reception. Lastly, let's motor up to the Motor City. See what's happening with the Lions at home at Ford Field. And they trail in that one to the visiting Las Vegas Raiders. The Raiders looking to sew that one up, and they look to be in pretty good shape. Moving on, let's take a look at the next-gen stats for the Texans in that first half. And they weren't able to get a whole lot done throwing the football. That'll likely be a big key if they want to turn things around in the second half. Meanwhile, for the Falcons, they did not have quite the same amount of success in the passing game that their counterparts did, as you get a look at the numbers there. We're just about set to get back to it. Both teams making their final adjustments, and we'll head back to Atlanta and rejoin Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway. Well, a dangerous return man showing it here. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. So here are the Falcons to take over on offense. They are trying to snap that 3-game losing streak on top so far with the football here, 1st and 10. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Give to Algier from the shotgun. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. They'll look to throw here. And that will be incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part to get them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. Almost outkicked his coverage there. 48-yard punt, but 10 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here's the Texans offense now, readying for their first possession of the second half. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
Well, they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the third quarter. All they had so far, the field goal. And they'll run on the inside handoff. 55 rushing yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you should have a few men in the box there.
11 yards for number 11.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They'll drop to throw. Over the middle, that's hauled in by Tony. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. From the gun, they'll try to run it. Down at the 35, it'll be 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning it a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Yeah, maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line. Inside 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. 1st and 10, it's Edwards-Helaire with it. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4. And for the Falcons, 5 men in the secondary, now on 3rd. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
Here we go.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line.
That's good power football on 1st and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there, but that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. They've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. A gigantic sack on 3rd and goal, a loss of 12. The kick by Elliott is good, and they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. Well, maybe a little bit of an anxious moment there as that ball got closer and closer, but it does curl in.
Yeah, actually did a little bit of a slow dance there with the left upright, didn't it? But had just enough space, as you said, for it to curl in.
This fielded right at the goal line. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. A complete to Drake London. And way up past the 33rd before he's taken down. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down. Now back to throw. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground. A 3rd quarter now, a 1-point game as they line up 2nd and 10. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And this offense on third down today, just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. That's now a 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. That winds up pushing it back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up 3rd. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. And he will not make it to that imaginary yellow line as they get him to the ground at about the 23. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This for a 4th quarter lead. The kick by Elliott is good. And they jump back in front here. It's 9-7. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. So out come the Falcons now. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this 4th quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Black block. Switch. Yellow. One.
On play action, they'll throw. Man open, here is Jones. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 47. Looking to throw. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
Ritter on target to Pitts for a Falcon 1st down.
Yellow, line, opposite, green, blue, check.
Hands it off out of the gun. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans' 20-yard line.
Yellow, line, opposite, green, blue, check. Check pink, check white.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. To the sideline, wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. On 2nd, here's Algier. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. 45 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. Well, that is a running back who is not about to go down easily. He fought his way through the contact until the and that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Falcons have taken a 4th quarter lead. Now Younghoe Koo for the extra point. And the lead is up to 5. So a nice drive put together there. They go 75 yards in 9 plays. And the Falcons score to cap it off. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Hopkins on the grab over the middle. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. And here's a handoff out of the gun. And the big boys in front. They're going to stop him right at the line. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
As tight ends go, he might not provide the super flashy plays very often, but he's pretty reliable. Usually an excellent target and normally catches what's thrown to him, but he didn't on that play.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
Man open, it's Tony. He's got it. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. He'll look to throw. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And he will find his man on the outside. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
Here we go. Here we go.
Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. They'll try and run this one right up the gut. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. First down now, but that clock rolling. And they'll keep leaning on the running game, back to the ground. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Back to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Calling a gain of 3 on the play. And 3rd down and 6 to go. They'll look to throw. And he's got it. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th. Wow. Wow. Now the Houston offense is going to stay out there as they'll try for 2. They're going to keep it on the ground. And he'll get into the end zone. So now a field goal would only tie as they up their lead to 3. So they make the decision. They want a 3-point lead versus a 2-point lead, and they got it.
Yeah, at this stage of the game, it seems like the exact right thing to do. Put a little pressure on your defense, but the biggest thing now is you're making the other team chase you.
So now Ritter and the Falcons down 17-14, 46 seconds to go. A 4th straight defeat looming on the horizon, barring a comeback here as they've got it with a first down. That's caught by Pitts, and they work this well upfield across the 35. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. He'll look to throw. On the move to his left. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. He's back to throw. He's got his pass-catching tight end, that's Pitts. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to potentially send us to overtime. And his kick is right there. It's good, and they will tie this game here in the final seconds. So they hadn't called on him at all until this point, but he comes through here and buries one from long range.
Yeah, that's awfully impressive because usually kickers like to get that first one out of their system in the first quarter, sort of get them into the flow of the game, but to come in this late and knock it down from long distance, give him a lot of credit.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
Ready.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. And we've got free football. 4 quarters done, and we're dead even. We'll have overtime after this timeout. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
So the Texans will have the first opportunity here in the overtime session as we are back underway. And no return here to begin the overtime session. That'll be a touchback. The Texans offense set to regain possession. And everyone knows the OT rules, Charles, but pretty simple formula. They go down and get a field goal, we continue play, but if they can find the end zone on this possession, ball game over.
And as meticulously as all teams plan for a game, I don't doubt for a second on that offense coordinator's play sheet, he's got some overtime plays that he wants to run. I know it sounds crazy, but they plan for everything. 1st and 10 all the way throughout the game, 2nd and 7, whatever. Right now, he's looking at that play sheet saying, if we get to overtime, what can we break out that they haven't seen?
Right back to him on first down. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 141 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 47. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. 10 yards there, good enough for a Texan first down. They've had some success here in overtime on this opening drive running the football. Right back to that well.
And why not? When you have that kind of success, make them stop you, and until they do, keep going back to that.
Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. They're going to hurry back to the line now. And the catch made by Hopkins. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. Ball at the 14 for 2nd and 5. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. And I know you with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settle it. Because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. And I know the defensive guys poking, clawing, raking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field. 2 minutes left in this overtime session, and still all tied. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he pushes forward, but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1. They'll try to run this one in. And he is in for the score. And it is absolute stunned silence here as they win it on the road in overtime. As the fans exit back out through the turnstiles, not happy looks on their faces. Feel like they probably let this one slip away at home in overtime.
I would agree with that, and their unhappiness hurts the guys at concession stands on the way out, right? Not stopping to buy something for the kids. They just want to get home. But what a dramatic way to finish this bad boy off. I mean, this game was dramatic all the way through. That's why we got to overtime. And then to go ahead and finish it this way, the fans screaming out unhappy. But the team that came in here and won this one on the road, they sprinted to their locker room.
And speaking of buying things, dinner on you tonight, Davis.
I kind of figured that was coming.
So for the Texans, their strong September has carried over to October as they move to 5-0. And they'll have another road date next week with the Indianapolis Colts. Meanwhile, for the Falcons, they'll fall to 1-4 with a loss. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at MetLife Stadium with the New York Jets.